Network Entertainment.
Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Kaya Pa Ba? And for this episode, ang guest ko lang naman, I think, is a national treasure, everybody's favorite. The word sensation doesn't even do my guest any justice. So please welcome and hold space for the one and only Davao Conyo Philip T. Hernandez.
Dinrumble yung sarili. Hello, guys. Thank you so much, Baos. Naginas mo na ako. Finally.
Ay, grabe yung
Finally. Kasi listener din ako ng podcast mo. Tapos meron din ako, manifest ko to, magigas ako dito. At nagas na nga.
Ayun na nga. So, paano ba yan? So, kung pinapakinggan na ako ng favorite content creator, yung ano pang ginagawa niya. But anyway, let's not make this about me because I have other platforms for that. Kamusta ka today?
Okay naman, okay. Nakwento ko rin kanina kay Baus na nag-bank errands. Very boring. Boring stuff. Mga 33-year-old stuff. Galing ako bangko kanina para mag-process ng mga papers. Tapos, may time pa ako between the bank and dito. So, nagsingit ako ng work.
Ayan. And also, pareho kaming 33 years old.
Yes.
I think ngayon lang natin naalala na pareho na tayong 33. And also, I guess, nakailang kape ka na today as somebody na self-proclaimed introvert?
Pangalawa pa.
Okay.
Pangalawang cold brew. Pareho din tayo mahilig sa cold brew. So, skinny legend. Charis.
Skinny legend. Okay, so welcome to the podcast. Sa podcast, for now, we are definitely all about trying to just challenge, kaya pa bang pagandahin ng life? Kaya pa bang i-pursue ang what I love? And the topic of resignation, transitioning to another career is definitely something we are very familiar with sa show na to. Now, you are someone who left their 9 to 5 very early on, as in medyo like early adopter, innovator level. So, you left your job 2017.
2017.
Diba?
Nag-start ako 2012. Kasi right after graduation, parang 2 months lang nag-work agad ako. So, oo nga, 5 years lang ako Tama ba?
Yes.
Yeah, 5 years.
Tama, 5 years. Yeah. So, I guess, una kong tanong, during that time, medyo hindi pa talaga maraming conversation about, leaving your 9 to 5 for what you want to be a level up. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
How's that conversation with the people in your life? Meron mga tipo, anong gagawin mo sa buhay mo?
Yes, definitely.
May ganun talaga.
Definitely. And you get it sa lahat ng, kumbaga, from your parents, from your relatives, from your batchmates.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi diba parang, ewan ko, kasi millennials tayo, diba? And correct me if I'm wrong, I think part pa rin tayo ng generation na hindi pa na-introduce sa atin yung you could actually make it in life if ganito yung non-conventional yung work mo. Tama ba yung in-air quote ko?
Tama.
Kasi diba yung conventional for our parents and for us growing up sa school na 8 to 5. Pasok ka ng office, 8, and then you work the corporate ladder.
Mm-hmm.
You go up the corporate ladder. Tama ba yung term ko? Kita mo,
Tama
hindi
naman.
lang ako sure kasi 5 years nga lang ako ng corporate. Yung akyat ka sa corporate ladder. Ganun. So, pag may mga feeling ka na hindi towards doon, parang nagpapanik din ako. Bakit hindi ganito yung gusto ko mangyari?
Okay.
Kasi share ko lang, kahit nung dati, pag gusto ko ng advertising firm.
Okay.
Kasi parang feeling ko mas fun, mas colorful. Ewan ko, napapanood ko na siguro siya sa mga Betty La Fea. Kasi sabi ko parang, hindi siya...
Ang specific nung gay reference sa Betty La Fea. Okay.
Ugly Betty, di ba? Parang hindi siya quite celebrity, pero hindi din siya as stern as 8 to 5. Sorry, for me lang naman to. This is very subjective. Because that's how I see 8 to 5 before. Uniform, ganun. So sabi ko, parang fun yung yung creative na space. Pero yun nga, hindi ko siya na-push through kasi nung timeline, walang ina-offer na ganong course sa Davao. So I went with marketing instead.
Which is, I basically took up a marketing course rin and I ended up in advertising. So parang everything worked out pa rin naman. Parang mas malaki pa ata kita mo kaysa sa ahensya.
Hindi naman. Pero tama yung sinabi mo. Feeling ko kung sobrang burning passion talaga, maghanap ng way. Yung universe. Ang corny nun. Pero yun yung nangyari sa akin.
And you mentioned being creative.
Mm-hmm.
When did you know na parang, actually, creative talaga ako eh. Pag doon ako sa more creative field. Was this like a realization when you were still working dun sa 9 to 5? Or did you stumble upon this like much later na into a freelancer, to use it in air quotes?
Hindi, just to share, ang sabi sa akin ng nanay ko, ang first word ko daw as a baby is creative. Charis.
Sabi ko, what?
Hindi. Sana, no, gano'n.
Oh.
Hindi, pero to answer your question, feeling ko at a very young age, na-feel ko na hindi ko pa alam yung term na creative nun.
Correct.
Pero parang mas inclined talaga ako towards hearing stories, storytelling.
Okay.
And ito, hindi to showbiz na sagot. Kahit bata pa ako, mahilig na ako manood ng commercials for some reason. Parang fascinated lang ako na paano ipagkakasya nitong brand na to. Ang gusto nilang sabihin, in 15-20 seconds.
Correct.
Na-amaze ako eh. Mahilig talaga. Ano kaya yung next commercial? Hindi, for some reason, na-fascinate ako.
And I think it's always when you look back when you were younger, doon mo ma-realize, you know what, I was always creative. Like, kunyari, ako, ang dami kong mga sinayaw na mga foundation days nung elementary ako, mga Come On Over ni Christina Aguilera.
Yes.
So parang doon pala nare-realize, like, I was always just drawn to the spotlight. Are you able to pinpoint pa, like, more moments in your childhood na parang, actually, oo nga, no, yun ako, bakit lumis ako ng kaunti?
Kagaya sa'yo, mahilig din ako mag-join sa mga ganong activities sa school. Kasi nga, mas gusto ko yung ganon kesa mag-memorize, magsulat sa mga quizzes, ganon. Pero, nagla-light up ako pag binibigyan ako ng work na magsulat ng script.
Ooh.
Nagla-light up talaga ako. Pag pinapapili ako, would you rather be the actor doing the stuff or gusto mo ikaw yung magsulat tapos mag-assign ka sa mga classmates mo ng role? Mas gusto ko yung nagsusulat talaga ako. Yun, halo-halo siguro siya kasi mahilig din ako manood ng teleserye.
Correct.
Siguro ng mga commercials din. So, I've always wanted to tell stories in my own version.
Correct.
Ever since.
Uh-huh.
Ako yung type of person na pag nagkikwento sa akin yung friend ko about his or her relatives or whatever kwento niya, tapos ipapakwento niya sa akin sa iba, excited ako ikwento kasi babaguhin ko yung version niya. I-revise ko yung history. Check ka! Check ka lang. Hindi,
Okay.
pero na-excite ako sa ganun na parang, okay, give me the story, I will turn it into my own version without, syempre, story mo pa rin, pero
Correct.
lalagyan ko ng mga, isa-sprinkle ko siya ng mga, whether be it, pag ikukwento ko siya, may mga actions or something. Yun, nagla-light up ako sa mga ganun. So, kaya siguro ganito ako ngayon.
Yeah. I mean, hindi na siya surprising now na, you know, ganun ka nung bata ka din naging creative ka and you're a professional creative now because I think more and more stories are coming out of the woodwork. Na okay, ganyan pala nagsisimula ang mga bata at ang mga bagay-bagay. But let's, I guess, fast forward a little more to, you know, you started doing content as early as 2017, 2018?
Technically, yes. As Davao Conyo.
Okay.
Pero nagkaroon din ako ng mga attempts before na mag-YouTube and I think that was 2013, 2012.
Wow! Okay.
Hindi lang siya super nag-fly on a national level pero parang
Gusto ko yung nag-fly on a national level.
Nag-gain naman siya ng traction. Nag-gain siya ng traction sa local scene.
Okay.
Sa Davao nung time na yun. Parang nagkaroon lang ako ng mga 2 or 3 episodes ng YouTube and then siguro nung timeline, I didn't have enough resources. So sabi ko na parang hindi ko pa kaya. So bumalik ako sa 8 to 5.
Correct. So yes, the resources weren't there. But did you already feel strongly about yung perspective mo na parang hindi pwede to Like itong particular, like how did you navigate that nung 2013 in terms of like, actually hindi, I have something to say.
Yes. Ano talaga parang siguro nung time lang na yun, kaya ako siya hindi pinush kasi kulang ako sa push na parang, no Philip, you could actually do it. Because I was in Davao and hindi pa ganun kadami yung content creator. 2012. Sino ba yung mga content creators sa Manila even noong 2012?
Si Jessica Sanchez lang ata ang influencer.
Lloyd Cadena, siguro Ryan Higa sa sa labas.
Correct.
So, wala akong kapareho masyado sa Davao. So, parang I needed that support sana na parang wait, para ma-benchmark ko lang na kung kaya niya, kaya ko din. Pero that time, I felt a little bit small na parang feeling ko hindi pa ako capable. Kaya ako siya hindi pinush. Sabi ko na, okay, wait lang. I'll wait for the right moment muna. Kasi I don't know if you've noticed ba, and ako, i-confess ko na rin dito, as a creator kasi, I don't see myself as an innovator.
Okay.
Ako yung type of person and content creator na mas gusto ko na uuna yung iba, I'll observe, and then I'll enhance it. The way I would want to be enhanced.
Which is still, I think, innovation happening. I mean, just to, bibigyan pa rin kita ng push now, okay?
Pero hindi, I don't see myself less of a person just because inadmit ko na I'm not an innovator. Kasi proud ako doon na I let others do it first, I observe, and then ito yung babaguhin ko sa ginawa niya.
Got
And
it.
kasi doon ako comfortable eh. And
Got-
alam ko na ganun ako.
Aha.
So, going back to your question kanina, yun siguro, that's why that time I didn't feel na parang kaya ko to. Kasi yun nga, wala pa masyado ako mabe-benchmark sa Davao. And nung time na yun, wala pa akong plans to transfer sa Manila.
Aha.
Wala akong ganung dreams. Gusto ko lang gumawa ng content. Gusto ko lang mag-storytell. And nung time na yun, monetization-wise, hindi pa ganun ka ano eh.
Correct.
Parang nung time na yun,
Dati
if I'm not
exposure lang.
medyo brands pa yung wala pa yung parang babayaran. Meron na siguro, pero hindi pa siya ganun ka-talked about.
I mean, I was on the agency side of things. Dati talaga, like, product payment lang
Yes.
nung unang panahon.
Yes.
I mean,
Ay, gusto ko
nangyayari.
rin pag-usapan niya ex-deals mamaya.
Actually, bakit mamaya pa rin pag-usapan? Pag-usapan na lang. O sige,
Like,
like,
natin tumalon agad ba? Nasa mga sa chapter 2 pa tayo.
okay,
Pero,
sige,
yeah.
sige. So, you mentioned na, you know, ngayon mas comfortable and mas confident ka na ito yung conditions for you to be able to create. Parang you need to see how it's done first. Na parang, okay, let me see how other people zig so I can zag.
Yes.
Parang it's that kind of approach. When did you fully realize this? Na actually, ito yung process that works for me. Because I think as a creative, you try many things. You imitate at first,
Yes.
diba? Until
Yeah.
you're like more confident na parang, okay, I think ito yung artistic stamp ko.
Yes.
So, kailan mo siya mas parang nagamay na ito yung technique ko, this works for me, and
Yeah.
this delivers the results that I want?
Siguro creative process-wise, mas nagiging masaya ako if you throw me a bone first. So parang, para akong maximizer,
Got
hindi
it.
ako starter.
Okay.
Kasi diba may starter, finisher.
Correct.
Ako, I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Maximizer ako. Throw me a bone, and I'm gonna zoosh it.
Okay.
And siguro, na-feel ko yun, paano ko ba siya parang ano lang siya eh, parang emotional, ano lang siya, parang nagla-light up lang ako, na parang, versus pag sinabi sa akin na, think of something, what do I think about? Anything. Parang, give me something. So, yun. Yun siguro.
yeah.
Pero hindi din ako same sa improv. Kasi diba, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Sa improv is, I'll throw you a bone,
Correct.
and then ikaw. Ako kasi, I like to take my time.
Got
Oo,
it.
hindi ako yung parang on the spot.
Okay.
Hindi ko strength yun.
Okay.
Oo.
Well, I think I've hung out with you enough times to know na kayang-kaya mo naman yung mabilisan. But anyway, that's another topic. So, I guess we should talk about like medyo self-proclaimed introvert ka.
Yes.
Extrovert na naging introvert.
Probably.
Okay.
Pero feeling ko ever since may hints na talaga ako na pagiging introvert talaga. Kahit dati ba. Feeling ko nga nagsasawa na yung mga tao na oo na, dapat ko yung introvert ka na. Alam mo, kasi parang halos sa lahat ng guesting ko, yun yung sinasabi na introvert ka daw. Pero kasi yun yung totoo eh. Nasabi ko na rin to dati sa isang guesting ko na siguro early signs na parang mas gusto ko mag-isa is ayoko talaga ng group work.
Yes.
Kahit sa school dati gusto ko individual work. Kasi para for me mas mabilis.
Totoo.
Oh, if ever man na pangit yung result, wala ko ibang sisisihin kundi yung sarili ko. Ayoko kasi yung tapos ka na ba sa part mo, tapos i-combine. Parang
Okay.
nababagalan ako dun.
Correct. I love that you mentioned na nababagalan ka kasi parang for me, mas gusto the faster the space is or the conditions are, mas na-excite ako mag-create. So,
Yes.
I'm not sure if you experience this like with brands. Sometimes you get a brief na 3 slides lang and then sobrang, oh my God, excited ako mag-create. As opposed to, you know, they tell you A to Z, every letter of the alphabet. And hindi pong, ano nga bang, like, diba? How would you,
I understand.
diba?
I understand. Ako kasi, dati, naguguluhan din ako masyado pag binibigyan ako ng product brief or ng campaign brief na 10 pages. Nasa-stress ako agad versus yung sinabi mo na 3 lang. Ako din kasi, kahit gaano pa, natuto na ako ngayon, syempre kasi 5 to 6 years ko na itong ginagawa, natuto na ako na kahit gaano kahaba yung brief, pipiliin ko lang yung mga important keywords doon and doon lang ako magfo-focus. And ayaw ko na ma-distract na babasahin ko kung intro, ano yung, kasi magugulo yung creative process ko eh. Pag dumating tayo sa topic mamaya kung how I write my scripts, mag-share ako ng tip.
Okay.
Pero wag siguro muna ngayon kasi baka lumihis tayo.
Hindi, pumunta na tayo doon ngayon. Andun ako sa parang let's live life every low-hanging fruit at a time. So,
Hindi kasi
kung nandun na tayo, pupunta na tayo doon.
Mabilis kasi ako ma-distract, boss. So, ang ginagawa ko, ang binibigay ko rin na tip, sa mga kakilala kong content creators ang tinatanong ako lagi na paano mo nagagawa yung ad na sobrang smooth, parang bigla, saan galing yun? Kasi ako, pag binabasa ko muna yung product brief, tinitake note ko yung mga keywords, ay nilalagay ko siya sa some part ng brain ko, and then after, I move on to the next step, which is to write the script. Ngayon, when I start writing the scripts, I don't come from the keywords na I just read from the brief.
Correct.
I start fresh. So when I say I start fresh, I come up with ideas na magugustuhan ko and alam ko magugustuhan ng audience ko. Wala mo na akong pakialam kung ano yung gustong sabihin ng brand, kung ano yung mga vitamins.
Yun po ang promo na episode na to. Wala akong pakialam kung ano gusto sabihin ng brand.
Ganun talaga. Ang first kong gagawin, babasahin ko yung brief. Okay, ito pala yung about this is what the product is about. Tapos after, proceed na ako sa next step to write the script or to write the skit. Kaya ako sinasabi na hindi ko muna iniisip kung ano yung gusto ng brand kasi ayoko ma-influence yung isusulat ko. Kasi the moment na dun ako mag-base, ma-influence na yung pagsulat ko eh.
Mm-hmm.
Parang sinusulat ko pala ang first few words ng skit, pumapasok na sa utak ko, dito papasok ka. And ayoko ng ganun. So ang gagawin ko, mag-iisip muna ako ng concept no matter how wild it is. No matter kung ang product is banking, tapos ang naisip kong content is about love, wala akong pake kung paano ko siya i-connect. Ibubuuin ko muna to, and then pag nabuo na siya, somewhere along, alam ko makakahanap ko ng butas dito, dito ko ipapasok.
Okay.
Ganun ako. And that's why, kaya siguro siya nata-translate as smooth for the audience, or sometimes they say na wait lang, hindi ko nahulaan na dito pumasok. Hindi ko alam na sa takbo ng story, papunta pala tayo sa bangko, papunta pala tayo sa multivitamins. Kasi nung kinikreate ko pa lang siya, hindi ganun na talaga yung ano niya, yung kumbaga yung formation.
Yeah.
Yung formula, kumbaga. So yun yung tip ko siguro sa content creators na pag nagsulat kayo, do it for yourself and for your audience first.
Correct.
Mamaya na yung brand.
I think what I'm hearing from you with all your answers so far is that you always want the playfulness and the joy of creating something to be there. So, kumbaga, tanggalin muna natin lahat ng noise or pwedeng maging barrier for that. And then, saka natin ilagay yung product message, ilagay yung... I think it's integrity. I think that's what I'm hearing. Like, alam mo yung integrity na kailangan mo to be able to create the output people expect you to create.
And kaya siya easy for me. Wow. It's because hindi ayokong ilagay yung self ko as a master of content creation, but confident ako in saying na sana mas maraming creators yung ganito. It really makes a difference pag ang lagi mong inuuna is yung audience mo.
Yes.
It really makes a difference.
Yes.
Mararamdaman mo eh. Mararamdaman mo if ang content is naging product siya ng pwede na, or product siya ng okay na yan, may napasa na ako sa brand. Ako personally, pag nanonood ako ng iba, without naming names, nafe-feel ko na, which is sayang. Kasi, sayang na, pwede silang bumalik sa'yo, ganun.
Yeah. Although, do you feel na parang you being this empowered and emboldened to say to a client na hindi ito yung gusto nila, this was something you had to earn, of course.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
Parang, in climbing that ladder, may mga times talaga na, like, siguro dati, mas kailangan maging hard sell and hindi ka makapag-lobby sa client.
True. Pero, hindi sa kahit dati nung wala pa akong pangalan wow, talaga, marunong na, pinupush ko yung sarili ko mag-no pag hindi gusto. The power of no, Violet Chachki. Probably because when I started realizing na I could make a business out of content creation, alam ko na slight kung saan ko gusto papunta. And alam ko talaga sa simula pa lang na ayoko maging sell-out. Kasi yun yung nafe-feel ko pag pinapanood ko yung mga favorite kong content creators from YouTube dati. Nafe-feel ko na parang binibentahan niya ako. Ayoko. So siguro ko paano ko ba mahanap yung happy balance between, of course because I also have to earn. But at the same time, hindi ko napapabayaan yung audience ko. So siguro very nag-hyper-focus ako dun.
Okay.
Kaya kahit dati pa lang, kahit minsan nasisilaw na ako sa bugs, ganito. Pero pag hindi talaga siya pasok, ayoko talaga. Kasi the moment na, sige, total, ito lang naman alam ko magsusunod-sunod na yan. Kasi some brands would say na, bakit si ganito pumayag ka? Sa amin, hindi. Yun yung ayaw ko. Para at least pwede ko sabihin na, kung si ganito nga, hindi ko tinanggap.
Correct.
Na ganito kalaki yung offer.
Yeah.
And hindi ko to sinasabi para magmayabang ha. I'm saying this because kahit gaano pa kalaki ang offer sa'yo, kung mas malaki yung plano mo sa sarili mo at saka sa audience mo, kaya mo mag-no.
Ganda.
kaya mo mag-no.
Ganda.
Confident ka eh.
Yeah.
Kung mag-no ka sa ganitong amount of money, pero alam mo naman na ma-earn mo siya in the future kasi may balak ka sa sarili mo at saka sa brand mo, pwede kang mag-no.
Ganun.
Naiiyak ako. Hindi kasi ngayon ko na din na-realize na I'm saying it na siguro yun yung naging grit ko before. Na parang kaya siguro ganun kakapal yung mukha ko dati na mag-no. And siguro yung iba nayabangan sa akin kasi parang pwede naman kayo lumipat na ibang content creator if ever hindi ako pumayag. Pero yun siguro yun.
Sobrang nag-resonate sa akin yung kung mas malaki yung plano mo sa sarili mo, then the no will be easier to make. And you know, the no is actually a yes to yourself. Ganon. No,
correct.
Yeah, but I guess, when did you start parang engineering this plan for yourself? Na para actually ito yung goal ko eh. Para yun yung naging North Star mo, which makes saying yes easier and saying no easier.
Well, maraming elements eh. Number one, I think pumasok din dun yung benchmarking because dahil nga naging consumer din ako ng content from other content creators and I also saw some of them yung journey nila as a content creator. So may mga tipo na parang hindi ko gusto maging ganyan.
Got it.
Parang ito, mas gusto ko to. Yun naman yung sa pag-benchmark. Sa sarili ko naman, ayoko kasing gawin ang isang bagay na hindi ako sigurado. And the hashtag doon is calculated. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Calculated ako as a person. I'm very strategic.
Okay.
Iba man ang way ko on how I strategize things, pero I'm not really the type of person who would fuck around and find out. Sorry, i-bleep mo na lang yun if ever.
No,
hindi
this
ako
is us humanizing you,
Hindi
so
ako
we are
ganon.
gonna make you swear.
Bakit? Kasi wala akong backup plan.
Okay.
Hindi naman ako coming from a rich family. So, alam mo, yung blessing na meron ako ngayon, the platform that I have now, I really have to think twice, thrice, 4 times before I do it. Kasi kung ito mawala sa akin, Diyos ko Lord. Alam mo yun, di ba? So, ayun. Yun naman, yun. And hindi mahirap for me kasi ang corny nito pakinggan, pero siguro, kasi maaga ko rin na-find yung voice ko sa content space eh. And lagi akong bumabalik doon. Ang why ko as a content creator is find the funny. So, when I say find the funny, lahat ng itapon sa akin na situation, or sa atin as people, whether be it something sad, tragic, may something dyan that's funny. It may not be funny now, pero years after, parang nakakatawa yung nangyari, no? Yung naalala mo yung burial ni Lola dati. Of course, kung dati hindi kayo tatawa, pero naalala mo yung, alam mo yun for me eh, na parang there's always something funny about something. So, yun yung akin. I always find the funny. So, yun siguro, dun ako laging bumabalik.
And you mentioned na you were fortunate enough na hanap mo agad yung boses mo. Diba? Sa content. I guess, in as much as nahanap mo siya agad, before you did content, you were sharpening na your creativity, 'di ba? Whether that is nagsusulat ka ng script sa school, pero can you share with us yung times na meron bang mga prototypes ng POV mo na wala na sigurong digital footprint now na tipong yun yung 1.0 ng Davao Conyo na nakita namin ngayon?
Ang very early version nung ko is very barkada ko. Kami na barkada ko sa Davao. Paano kami mag-usap, ano yung mga jokes namin sa each other. So since sila yung biggest influence ko in terms of humor, syempre, it's also normal na yun yung maging, kumbaga, first EP ko, charis. Yung maging first video ko. And it gained traction naman. I mean, it's very Davao humor. Alam mo yun. Pero, as someone din na yung very calculated na laking teleserye, laking ABS, laking GMA, alam ko na there are some content that wouldn't fly sa general masses if may mga ganitong words na ginagamit.
Got it.
So, parang, okay, parang natawa sila sa ganitong, yung first video ko. Parang okay sa mga tao. Pero paano ko siya gagawing mas captured yung yung Holy Trinity. Charing. parang mas captured yung nanay, yung tatay.
On a national level, ika nga.
Di ba nag-isip, laking national. Charing. Laking national pala. NBS pala yung sponsor. Hindi. Doon ko kaagad naisip.
Yeah.
Kaya dahil nga siguro, laking teleserye nga ako. And alam ko na, pag mga ganitong yung mga prime time slot, hindi sila pwedeng mag-bad words, hindi sila
Correct.
pwedeng mag-vulgar words. So
Got
they
it.
have to find creative ways on how to say the F word, on how to say PI in a PG manner. So siguro na-train ako doon.
Got it.
So yung mga succeeding content ko, kasi nung time na yon, medyo may mga relatives ako medyo tumaas yung kilay. Na, which is gets. Kasi Chinese family kami.
That's how change
Catholic
is made.
school pa ako.
Okay.
Catholic. I don't have anything against people or mga jokes na green. Kasi ako consumer din ako ng mga ganyan. Hindi ko lang siya ginagamit sa akin.
Got it.
Kasi iba naman yung target market ko eh. So yun yung siguro yung early version before ako nag-upgrade ng iOS. Yun siguro yun, very unfiltered, very barkada, ganun.
Got
Pero
it.
I always knew na if I wanted to make a business out of my brand, I have to make it
Family friendly.
Yes.
Got it.
kailangan maibenta siya sa groceries. Hindi pwedeng dito lang.
Hi, I'm Joelle, and I'm back. Did you miss me? I wouldn't call this a season 2, but rather just another era with more lessons, realizations, and thoughts from all the overthinking. And it's not just gonna be me this time. We'll have special guests, other POVs, para mas marami pa tayong masagot na paano kungs ng buhay to hopefully help you find the answers you're looking for. Tara, this is Joelle's podcast, Paano Kung.
And now that you are, I think it's safe to assume that you are at the top of your game right now.
Damn, ayoko. Wag mo sabihin yun. Kasi when you're up, there's no
No.
there's no place else but down.
I say this because I think it's very clear kung ano yung disiplina at mga prinsipyo mo that gives you this parang staying power. Staying power.
Yeah.
How often do you like review what you're doing now? Kasi parang maraming tao, ikaw ang peg as parang to do it the way you do it in terms of yung agency of their skill. But of course, like, who pushes you? So ano yung exercise mo to make sure that you are still on your toes?
Ang corny nito, pero in all honesty, I always go the extra mile to be in touch with my audience. Hindi ako nakipag-meet with them. Parang hindi ko kaya. Pero ang process ko niyan is I always read comments if kaya ko. The way they comment sa ganitong skit versus sa ganitong skit ko. Kasi gusto ko pang malaman what ticks them.
Got it.
Alam mo yun, parang what makes them smile and what type of content makes them laugh and what type of content makes them tag other people. So, dun ko siya. And nasabi ko na rin to sa ibang interviews, hindi ako mahilig manood ng ibang comedy content creator kasi ayokong mag-compare. Ayokong unconsciously ma-insecure ako sa kanya, magaya ko yung process niya, makuha ko yung mannerisms niya. Ayoko yun. Kasi, like what I said, madali nga ako ma-distract. Mabilis akong, wait lang, ako pa ba to? So, I just really focus on myself and the resources that I have, which is my audience. So, dun ako laging nag-ano. Pero of course, I also read Reddit.
Yeah.
I also watch other TikToks na, ito pala yung trending na word ngayon. Ito pala yung, like for example, yung kay Tony Fowler, yung tayo ay nasa fine dining restaurant.
And the samgyups,
Hoy, hindi ako nag-bandwagon doon kasi nanonood talaga ako ng Toro Family every Saturday. So, silent Mommy Oni fan talaga ako. So, even before naging viral yon, kasi matagal na entry yun from their previous vlogs, nagustuhan ko na yung scene na yun. Before pa siya nag-viral.
Naklock mo na siya.
Naklock ko na siya na ang iconic ng scene na to. And lagi ko siyang inuulit sa jowa ko. Lagi ko sinasabi sa kanya, tayo ay nasa fine dining restaurant. Hindi pa uso yun. Hindi pa siya nag-viral. Kaya nung nag-viral na siya, sabi ko nga, benchmarking.
Like, I know what to do with this trend.
Benchmarking. Nung time na yun, nagustuhan ko lang siya pero hindi ako nag-innovate na, gawan ko nga ng skit to. Hinintay ko muna. Meron ng iba. Sige, ito yung entry ko. Parang ganun.
I love it.
Parang ganun siguro. So yeah, going back to your question, na-distract na tayo.
Okay
so,
lang.
ganun siguro. That's how I, paano ba, polish myself.
Yeah.
Paano pa ba? And yeah, every now and then, nanonood din ako ng ibang content creators but not kung ano yung pre-produce nilang content but yung parang more on yung discipline nila. Na parang, halimbawa, si Christian Antolin, parang, ang gusto ko, sobrang galing niya mag-edit.
And also, ang bilis lagi ng labas ng, as in,
yeah,
the speed is also like, wow.
Right. Kaya kasi kay Christian ko rin medyo nakuha. Isa siya sa mga creators na na-inspire ako na kung kaya niyang i-edit yung skits niya na ganyan kalinis, kaya ko rin. And although hindi ako kasing galing sa kanya mag-edit, masasabi ko rin na I parang kumbaga I took the challenge ba na parang I could make my skits better. So nag-effort din ako, nag-aral ako ng CapCut, ganito ganyan, chuchu. So ganun siguro.
So actually yun yung because I wanted to like move na to inspiration kasi yun yung next question ko. And buti sinabi mo na like silent mommy only fan ka. And I think hindi rin masyado alam ng tao, like medyo malalang Drag Race fan ka. As in like malalay, as in international franchises. I think you try to watch every franchise there is.
I try. Pero medyo late ako eh. Pandemic, naging pandemic ako nag-start nanood ng Drag Race.
I guess just to be more personal, like where else do you draw inspiration? Anong mga like yung homepage mo sa YouTube, anong mga ni-recommend sa'yo na algorithm that you always consume?
Sobrang different. Crime documentaries.
What do you love about crime docus? I just wanna like pick your brain some more.
What do I like about them? Kasi mahilig ako sa thriller movies.
Okay.
Fan ako ng Scream, fan ako ng Friday the 13th, ng Kill Bill. Yun yung mga gusto ko. Horror, thriller, slasher. Kaya siguro yun yung nagugustuhan ko sa mga crime docu. Very different. May mga times na nanonood ako ng mga mga old SNL sketch, Mad TV, Key and Peele, pero hindi siya yung on the daily. Hindi. Kasi parang for me, pahinga ko yun eh.
Correct.
Alam mo yun, yung parang can we not talk about work when we're outside work? Parang yun yung dating sa akin. So yun, very that. Kasi yun nga eh. Going back to my wife, find the funny. Kahit anong panoorin ko, feeling ko, parang nakakatawa to. Alam mo, parang may babaeng sinaksak sa crime docu. Parang may something na nakakatawa dito.
I mean, I'm like that. I'm like that din kasi yung latest ko na pinost sa TikTok, Instagram, I was just listening to a podcast. Tapos pinost ko yung podcast because like bigla akong nagka-light bulb moment. Tapos sinulat ko, tapos sinut ko, tapos I'm sure you felt something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
One time may napanood. Alam mo yung parang uso ngayon na content sa TikTok, yung pinapop yung red balloon, yung puso or something. Pero gets mo ako, diba?
Yeah.
Nung napanood ko yun din. Meron din ako light bulb moments, sulat ko din. So ko, what if may magnanakaw na pumasok sa bangko, tapos bago pa siya makapagnakaw, nagpop na ng balloon yung mga klaya, yung mga tao sa bangko na, you're not it. Hindi ka ganun kapogi, It's giving jobless behavior. Alam mo yun? Parang salot ka sa lipunan. Parang i-judge siya ng mga tao. So, hindi na siya magnanakaw kasi na-hurt na siya. So, mga something like that.
Yeah.
Na kahit hindi naman comedy show yung pinanood ko, meron eh. Yeah. May something.
And it's nice to have that relationship with inspiration eh. Di ba na tipong, like, minsan naisip ko, wala pa ako ma-post, pero alam ko, relax na ako, may dadating.
Correct.
And then biglang, meron nga. And then it's developing that sense of smell na pag may dumating, you know what to do with it. I think is where yung skill of it really comes in.
Yes, correct. Kasi may nakapagsabi nga sa akin, Baus, and you really have to feed your monster every now and then. Kasi pag hindi mo siya i-feed, kakainin ka ng monster na yon. So, And the reason why I say this is because, like what you said, may mga days din na relax din ako na okay lang na walang dumating sa akin ngayon. Alam ko may darating tomorrow or probably next week. Pero alam ko merong darating. Kasi alam ko na constantly nag-iisip ako.
Yeah.
I may not come up with a good material now, pero alam ko na hindi nagpapahinga yung creative juices ko. Kahit saan ako tumingin, alam ko subconsciously naghahanap ako ng inspiration. And I'm sure ganun ka din.
Yes. Which, you famously said sa isang podcast na the action is the motivation.
Yes, the action is the motivation.
I love that so much kasi ako naman nandun ako sa done is better than good. Kasi parang pag nasimulan ko, eventually in the process, mas refine ko pa siya, mas matatighten ko pa siya.
Correct. Nakailang instances ka na hindi mo feel mag-shoot today.
Yeah.
Na parang feeling mo talaga, bukas na lang kasi feeling ko pangit yung vibe ko today. Pero sige, fine. I'll do like the first sequence muna. Tapos na pala. Natapos mo na pala.
And then I think sometimes I'm sure because people know you for your wigs.
Yeah.
How do you workshop the character and the
ang ganda na rin ng wigs niya.
Ang dami ko ng wigs. Nagsimula yan kay Makoy kasi sabi niya mag-wig ka na, mag-lipstick ka na, and then now.
Yes. Yan din sinasabi ko sa iba na parang push mo kasi mga creators yung kilala na may pera ka naman. Ba't ka nagtatawel? Pag babae ang role mo, go! Bigay mo ang fantasy sa kung kaya mo. Pero kung hindi ka pa willing mag-shave ng facial hair ng okay lang. Pero I mean, the best that you can.
Correct. Buti na lang meron akong wigs from a certain famous drag queen na lagi kong ginagamit.
Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, makaklock ng mga tao pag it's giving pwede na kind of work.
Correct.
So
Oo.
parang for me, may pera ka naman, bumili ka, ganyan. So anyway.
Yeah, going back lang to like to the wigs and the performance of it all. When you see a wig, parang do you try it on and you try to look for the voice? Like, I wanna see how you parang get enveloped or get hypnotized by a wig.
Parang hindi naman masyado. May influential slight. Pero kasi ako, hindi ko masyado ina-anchor yung script ko sa characters.
Okay.
Mini-make sure ko yung mga punches is nasa lines. To the point na kahit ibigay ko yan sa babae, ibigay ko yan sa lalaki, alam ko mag-work. At least Pero sa wigs naman, what I do is nanonood ako ng mga TikTok live. Kasi yung mga nagbebenta na wigs sinusuot. Kasi gusto ko makita na suot nila. Tapos siguro based na lang din sa bias ko sa nung high school ako or nung college na parang yung ganito na hair, may classmate ako na ganyan. Dati maarte siya. Bilhin ko yan na hair. Yung classmate ko dati na maikli yung hair ganito, may glasses, siya yung nerdy.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun, siya yung feisty. Alam mo yun, may mga ganun siguro. Pero more very subjective na yun sa akin.
Yeah, but I think it's always like you do a specific reference in your head na I think I know someone na ganito, tapos ipa-personalize mo na lang siya with a voice or a punchline. And marami na rin ako nagamit ng mga high school reference in my head na naging character sila.
Usually yung mga feisty characters ko, unconsciously I choose the shorter hair wigs because for some reason, the girls that I met in my life, kahit nung school years ko pa, yung mga short-haired girls talaga, they're the ones na very feisty.
Correct.
Sasabihin nila yung thoughts nila, wala silang pake. Alam mo yun yung lasting thought for me.
I think it's the protest na parang, if women are expected to have long hair, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna wear a short hair and I will give you attitude. It's probably that.
Yes.
No? So we're just gonna take a quick break and then more chika with the one and only Davao Conyo. And we are back. Kaya pa ba with the one and only Davao Conyo? So, sorry, ang dami namin pinag-usapan kanina bilang content creators. I hope hindi naman kayo na-alienate. So,
nakalimutan natin ba yan?
ibabalik namin sa gusto nyo. Burnout ang pag-uusapan natin. Yan ang mga gusto nyong topics, di ba? Burnout. So, I have some familiarity with like when you experience burnout. I think we've chatted before. Kapag masyadong madami ang mga deadlines, I guess, mag-start muna tayo sa physical manifestations. Like, ano yung mga signals mo na tipong parang medyo ang bilis ko nang pumitik ngayon.
Hindi ako palangiti. Pero hindi ako palangiti. Okay. Pero siguro kung meron mang someone na nafe-feel ka agad yun yung partner ko. Mahilig ako. I'm very particular sa sariling space ko. Pero mahilig naman ako of course, kasi partner ko siya. So, sinishare ko sa kanya. Pero pag mga burnout days, nafe-feel niya yun. Kasi gusto kung nasa sala siya, lilipat ako ng kwarto. Kung nasa kwarto siya, lilipat ako ng sala. Ganun. Yung mga physical manifestations. Gusto ko mapag-isa. Ganun.
Okay. And do you find yourself parang better equipped to handle mga seasons of burnout? Parang mas kilala mo na yung sarili mo, so therefore, or it still hits hard every single time?
Talaga siya, atras abante, kumbaga. Okay. Parang may mga days na parang na-remember ko kung paano ko to dinil with before. Pero may mga times na parang bagong burnout, kind of burnout to. May mga ganun.
Yeah.
May mga ganun. Worst burnout ko probably so far manifesting na sana yun na yung was last year. Na parang, hindi ko alam kung naramdaman ng mga tao, pero 6 months akong, gusto ko pa ba to? Parang, alam mo yun, kaya pa ba? O gano'n. Parang siguro mga 6 months, naalala ko nag-start siya siguro ng mga July up until almost end of the year.
Wow.
And although I still show up.
Yeah, of course.
I still show up.
Correct.
Kasi of course, I have bills to pay.
Yes.
And I have an audience to take care of. Pero, hindi siya mas naging easy kasi noong 2023 ko, nasasabi ko siguro, yun yung parang wini-wing ko lahat. 2023. Parang, kahit itapon mo sa akin, go. Kaya kong gumawa ng content, 3 shoot in 1 day, go. Alam mo yun, yung Tapos medyo nag-slow down siya, which is normal.
Yes.
Kasi parang ang weird naman kung gung-ho ka palagi. 2024. Yun yung parang boosh.
Okay. So, and December's pretty recent. How are you today?
Damn, ito naman. nung December, kasi 'di ba alam natin na sa industry natin, yun yung ang daming trabaho.
Correct.
Pero naging panata ko na siya for 2 years now, and probably the years to come, na pag December, wala akong tinatanggap na work.
Oh!
Wala akong tinatanggap na work. So lahat, kung any na in-upload ko noong December, na-shoot ko na yan early.
Wow.
Early pa lang sa year, sinasabi na namin sa brand na kung plano nyo kaming kunin for ambassadorship, it's either dagdagan mo yung load namin sa November or ilipat natin sa January.
Ganda.
Oo. Kasi imagine mo, birthday ni Jesus, ang dami kong ang itim ng eye bags ko. Pagod ako. Alam, kasi na-experience ko yung 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Paskong Pasko, tapos ang dami kong iniisip. Magsushoot pa ako, alam mo yun. So sabi ko talaga, next year, things will change.
Gusto ko umabot sa ganyang level.
Pwede naman.
No, kasi yung akin kasi, yung December, yes, maraming content, pero ang dami rin kasing hosting gigs.
Gets.
So yun talagang tipong, alam nga naman, i-move nyo po yung party nyo sa February.
Correct,
diba?
kasi Christmas party season.
Christmas party season siya. Na, in a way, nakakatuwa rin na to know na pag December, laging maraming work. So, I also just tell myself, at least, diba, like, that's still something that will pay the bills. Pero, eventually, I think dapat ganyan ang mga goals natin. Itatabi natin yung December para kay Papa Jesus.
For me, personal choice ko rin yun na pag December, alam ko sobrang may surge ng content. Kasi yun nga, ang daming brands na, can you do this, do. Parang for me, that's the perfect time for me na mag-French exit. Kumbaga, kasi everybody's busy. So, I have time to, focus on myself, my family, and kung ano yung plans ko for next year. Which is very perfect kasi December and then January, yun yung planning namin na manager ko, kung ano yung plano namin for the year.
So, ang December mo talaga family time, me time.
Yes, kaya nasa Korea ako, Korea tapos Japan, kasi parang give ko na sa self ko, kasi parang ginive ko rin naman lahat, buong taon halos.
So, how does your family celebrate you these days? Kasi parang to have parang this much success and this fast, I'm sure parang kinailangan ring, mag-adjust ng relationships around you. Yeah. Diba?
Hindi. Ang gusto ko about my family and even my partner and even my best friends, hindi nila ako pinupuri.
Yon.
Hindi siya I don't think it's conscious decision. Para hindi lumaki yung ulo. Wala lang talaga silang pake. Wala silang pake na ganito yung mga nagawa ko. And for me, hindi. For me, okay lang. Kasi the moment na magiging weird for me. Weird for me. Ayaw ko na special treatment sa friends ko, sa family ko. Ayaw ko yung parang, si kuya, wag niyo siyang paghugasin ng plato kasi ganito,
I love that sketch, by the way. Oh my God. Ang
life natin yun.
Diba? My God.
Minsan nga, gino-joke ako ng nanay ko, kita mo, kahit baby ka na ibang brands, pagdating dito sa bahay, magbukas ka ng plato, alam mo yun, very us, very ako yun. So, gusto ko din feeling ko, king ko rin kasi na maghabol.
Ayan na po.
Alam
mo, kanina ka, tinatry ko nga ibalik sa content creation, sa creative. Dinadaan mo siya sa OnlyFans version ng podcast na to.
Hindi ko din alam, there's something about wanting to prove myself every now and then. Kaya, di ba, parang kanina before tayo nag-start ng shoot, parang na-mention ko yata sa'yo, ayaw ko magpakampante. Kasi nakwento ko kasi sa kanya na yung time na nagpapahinga ako. Or minsan, nagpapanik ako pag may mga long periods na wala akong upload. Tapos sabi niya na okay lang yan kasi parang yung term mo is parang you already made it, chuchu. Pero ayoko talaga magpakampante kasi feeling ko talaga, I need to prove myself always or as much as I can. Kaya ako nasabi yun kasi ayoko maging weird yung dynamic ko between me and my family and my close friends. Kasi sila yung pahinga ko Alam mo yun?
Lagi lang sasabi, ikaw yung pahinga ko.
Sila yung pahinga ko. So parang ayoko. Like, for example, last week, sinabi ako yung boyfriend ko, alam mo ba, may TVC shoot ako next chuchu for this certain brand. Wow, congrats. Ganon. Hindi siya yung parang, talaga, dream mo yan.
I mean, deep down, ayaw mo ba yung tipong magpa-motorcade man lang yung jowa mo dahil sobrang saya mo?
Hindi din kasi hindi din kasi siya ganun
Got it.
Oo. Kaya sobrang, mas gusto ko yung ganun. Gusto ko yung nonchalant lang sila.
Okay. You have a
kasi
weird...
na-challenge ako
Okay.
Na-challenge ako. Alam mo yun, parang one of these days, gagawin nyo akong Diyos nyo. Hindi, pero joke lang. Pero okay lang sa akin yung ganun.
Okay.
Na-awkward din ako pag ano eh. Kaya nga never pa ako nagpa-meet and greet eh. Kasi parang hindi ko alam paano mag-respond to so much energy.
Got it.
Na parang na-appreciate ko when supporters would meet me in person. Parang they're very giddy. Na parang I'm a follower. Alam mo yun.
Yeah.
Na-happy ako. Pero minsan hindi ko alam paano i-match yung energy.
But are you proud of your success?
Of course I
Yeah.
am. Oh, I am naman. Kasi alam ko rin naman yung mga pinagdaanan ko dati.
Exactly.
Na parang mga sacrifices, kumbaga. Mm-mm.
Like, I'm sure when you are like by yourself, meron kang, I did that.
Oo.
Oo naman.
Oo,
Kailangan
may mga
natin.
ako, especially nung sobrang malalay na ako, parang sobrang rocky na na time ng career ko, na parang sobrang nagdalawang isip ako na kung gusto ko ba to. Yun yung time na na-open doon ko na-realize na damn, since public figure ka, pwede nilang atakihin yung family mo. And sila very private yung family ko. So parang nung time na yun, parang natakot ako, shit, parang hindi ko kaya, ganun. Pero wala eh. I think proud ako sa sarili ko noong time na yon na hindi ako pumatol. I didn't match the energy that was given to me.
Yeah.
Ayun.
And I think it's because very clear sa start yung boundaries na. And also I think I'm not sure if ako lang to, but I think you working for 5 years first definitely has something to do with it. Parang feeling ko like I don't know how I would navigate a world wherein kunyari straight out of graduation, like ganito na yung tarang need ko to please people or entertain people with content. Kasi parang feeling ko kinailangan ko muna ng, life skills.
Correct.
So therefore, bumuo muna ako ng patience, ng
Correct.
grit.
Correct.
Oh.
Siguro yun din yung naging edge ko na medyo may edad na ako when I started. Kasi probably, if I was given a platform, Philip no early 20s, Diyos ko Lord.
Yeah.
May mga early content pa ako dati sa Instagram stories na pag napapanood ko siya ngayon, nagkikringe ako. Kasi may era ako dati na rebel era. Sasabihin ko yung gusto ko sabihin. Yung mga bad words. Sa stories lang naman eh. Ganyan-ganyan. My God, pag napapanood ko talaga siya ngayon, parang, damn, hindi ako to.
Meron kang mahilig mag-bad words character deep down, no? Na parang feeling ko,
Yes. Kasi mahilig nga ako sa, like, Family Guy.
Correct.
SNL,
yeah.
Key and Peele, mga ganon. Mahilig ako sa mga ganong type of, kumbaga dark humor.
Yeah.
Yung mga video sa Instagram na ibubookmark mo lang for never mo ipapublicly like. Pero kasi mas okay na sa akin na ganito yung humor tas iko-control mo na lang versus yung kulang yung humor tas
Amen.
mas okay na sa akin yung ganun.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
So for example, kung may mga jokes akong pang kumbaga
Pang-frat.
pang-frat or pang mga HBO, gano'n. Gawin natin The Filipino Channel.
Correct.
Para mas easy yung gano'n for
Correct.
me.
Yung i-approve ng ASC nang walang questions.
Correct.
Diba?
Correct. Oh my God. Dapat may isang episode tayo ng
let's not
ASC.
go. Let's not. I know how you feel about
Hindi, pero naman, in good faith naman.
Correct. In good faith. I
kasi-
mean, it starts that way.
Yeah. Hindi kasi ako, lagi ko rin pinupush sa mga kakilala ko na makipag-meeting tayo with ASC sa mga hindi alam. Ilagay mo na lang dito ano meaning na ASC. Kasi gusto ko rin maintindihan where they're coming from.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Yun
So,
siguro.
dialogue ba? Kailangan ng dialogue with them. Town hall.
Hindi, so, sorry, ba't nga tayo na umabot dito?
Hindi ko alam. But kanina pa tayo nagda-digress. But we always find our way. So, I guess what I wanna know is, you have a cumulative total of like 7 million followers. Like, yes, you are very clear with your boundaries. Yes, you know that like comedy definitely will be your North Star. But do you not find yourself wanting to do something else with that big of a platform? Like, what good do you also think of doing and just para lang,
Gets.
diba?
Hindi ko nga alam na 7M na pala eh. Ikaw lang.
Sorry.
Baby steps ako palagi.
Aha.
Hindi ko alam po naalala mo yung first time tayo nag-meet, tapos tinanong, ikaw ba yun? Basta, I always get pressured pag may nagtanong sa akin na, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hindi ko nga alam anong ginagawa ko next week. Alam mo
Totoo
yun?
naman yan.
Big, sobrang kasi ako, a mixture of baby steps, calculated risks, kumbaga, and very kumbaga, enjoy the now.
Aha.
Alam mo yun? So to answer your question, basically, okay pa rin sa akin yung ginagawa ko ngayon. Siguro may mga few iterations, pero hindi ako super, like for example, dati, known ako sa dubs.
Aha.
So paano ako umabot sa skits? Kasi parang for me, gustong-gusto ko talaga mag-skits. Pero yun lang, naging claim to fame ko ish, yung dubs. Kumbaga, ang ginawa ko nun, baby steps. So, in a week, nag-upload ako na, in a month, nag-upload ako ng 4 na dubs, tapos 2 skits. Very baby steps ako.
Ganda, yan.
Ano pa ba yung mga plans ko?
I can sort of relate to that kasi I'm trying to branch out of like the corporate stuff. So, ganoon rin ako na parang, okay, yung split eventually baguhin natin na non-co. And like,
listen to your audience. Huwag biglaan kasi magugulat sila.
Correct.
And kaya laging ko rin sinasabi na try do rin mo na lahat, wag lang yung audience mo. Yung nanay mo, try do rin mo. Tatay mo, hello. Pero audience mo, never. Charis, hindi.
Because they are paying for the bills.
No, in the context na we're talking about your platform and your brand and your supporters. Yun talaga yung never ko talaga. Kasi pag ginawa ko yun, bye-bye sa inyong lahat.
Bye-bye Japan.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye sa mga bakasyon. No, siguro naging keyword na natin for today is yung guiding light ba na sinasabi mo? Or Northern Star, yun ba yun? Na parang sila talaga. I always go back to them. So, kaya minsan, hindi ko masagot masyado kung anong plan mo para sa brand mo in the coming years because, very collaborative siya with the audience. So, a huge chunk of the pie would vary sa kung paano din mag-transform yung audience ko.
Correct. Which is, it goes back to what you said kanina na parang your audience throws you a bone with their comments and what they like and then, you give them.
Kailangan maging relationship talaga siya eh. You feed your audience and they feed you as well. Correct. Give and take talaga siya.
So you're not so much of an introvert then because you are...
No, but I do all of those things in the comfort of my own home.
Correct.
Sa phone ko lang. Yun siguro yun. Kailangan nakikinig ka talaga. Kasi naisip ko rin to, minsan nasasayangan ako sa ibang content creators na ang ganda ng potential, pero minsan nawawala lang sila along the way is because kulang siguro ng consideration sa kung ano yung magiging gusto ng audience. Gets ko yung I'm all about do what you love doing. At the end of the day, do what makes you happy. Pero if you want to make a brand out of your a business out of your brand, kailangan kasi do what you love, pero i-consider mo rin yung what do they love about you that they wanna see.
I mean, like, do what you love, but wouldn't you love it more if you get to do this for a long time and sustain this? And therefore, that's when you need to, make bigger considerations and listen to other people.
Yes. Kumbaga, kung tayong dalawa, may inside joke tayo na gusto natin ikwento kay Kuya. Paano natin siya gagawing digestible for Kuya?
Correct.
Parang yun yung thing ko eh. Na parang yes, I do have a lot of jokes na alam kong ako lang yung matatawa.
Correct.
Pero since I have an audience, paano ko siya i-present? Paano ko siya ipapackage para sa kanila?
Correct. So, continue to challenge yourself, I think is what I'm getting here. And it's nice to hear that from someone na, yun nga, at the top of his game, pero relentlessly, gusto niya marami pa rin siyang patunayan. So, nakakatuwa naman. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For joining me.
Ang dami ko pang gusto ikwento.
Oo nga, ang dami pa
eh. 9 p.m. to. Charis.
Oo nga, ikaw yung may... sa ibabalik na lang kita. So, kasi eventually gusto ko rin naman i-transition tong podcast na to into more chika, hindi naman laging Oprah moment at laging merong gintong aral at the end of the
dami
episode.
Dami yung Oprah, mamimigay siya ng card.
So definitely, pag pwede na natin pag-usapan yung mga usually pinag-uusapan natin, I mean, I would love to have you back. So, thank you so much for, like, personally, Lodi ka da. So, I mean, and guys, icon.
Kung mas mahaba lang yung time natin, may mga tanong din dapat ako sa'yo.
Ay, nako, sa kaya natin gawin yan. Okay, but maraming salamat. Please don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify, and make sure you follow us on Instagram. That is Kaya Pa Ba Pod on Instagram. If you're not following this guy yet, well, maybe it's time to throw your phone.
Bugs ka na. Pero Davao ko niya ako sa lahat.
Yes. All right, so see you on the next episode. Thank you, everyone. Bye!
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.